How about now? How about now? Can you hear me, guys? Testing. 1 2 1 2 1 1 2. Can you hear me? I guess I was talking to myself then. Anyways, welcome, Joel. Welcome back. How's it going? Hope everybody's doing well. Sorry, there's always a problem with the mic. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Anyways, guys, let's get started. Just before I get started, however, I want to thank Zelroti and Bonbon from the Discord for boosting up the Discord server. So just wanted to let them know that I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for that. Anyways, let's get started. My watch list is pretty similar to yesterday's because I felt like I should not be removing any of these because they seem like they will be providing decent opportunities today as well. So I just kept most of them, added few gappers today, and that's pretty much it. The only two gappers that we have is that's interesting is basically from earnings, which is PPSI and ON. We'll go through that in a minute. Hey Bonbon, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome. So let's get that going. You can see the screen properly. Yeah, seems like it. Perfect. So let me just post this watch list first in the Discord. That's the watch list. Go straight to Discord. Boom. We're ready. Right, now let's talk about SPY first before going anywhere. And let's just let me try to zoom into these charts if I can. All right, that's better. Now let's have a look at the daily. The daily is still in the downtrend. Yesterday was funny because it was just throughout the day, almost throughout the day, it was actually a inside candle, almost until here, right to the end after lunchtime. It was very small range day compared to the previous days. We still have downtrend continuation force behind it. So bias, in my opinion, is a little bit to the short side, unless something crazy happens to the upside. Now, at the moment, looking at this is gapping up 406, 407s around that area. Now we're already way past this level here. So that's already kind of telling me that, yeah, well, today might be the bounce coming in because it's already over that this zone that I've created. And this zone had kept it for such a long time. So 1, 2, 3, 3 days, at least 3 back-to-back days. It actually, this zone held the market down. So now it's over, trading over it. And again, this zone will be a crucial level to watch because we want to make sure that it doesn't come down below that if we are thinking of going long on any of the major stocks. So now, if it does stay above it, I will be long biased on it because I was also expecting a bit of a bounce coming in on SPY. And also, V reversals are quite normal in SPY. So expecting that, we can be a little bit biased towards the long side. Now, having said that, if it starts to trade under the VWAP, under 406, especially 405s, then we could look to short other things as well. There is a possibility it could do that. Usually what it does is it will gap up and starts to attempt to fill the gap. It's not too far away from this zone, so I will still think that this zone is still applies. It might go over and under it, so we might have to wait and see where this brings us on SPY. So it's a waiting game on the SPY. Let's just wait up, see what how it reacts around this zone, and whether it takes out that 407 or 408s easily or not. I think we might see some chop as well. because lately these days we've been seeing these chops coming in, and SPY is kind of getting basically getting out of its in play mode. Is getting back to chop zones, which I don't like. So if that's the case, then I probably will be careful trading others. Yesterday was a clear sign of it, as you can see. There you go. You see this? I mean, goes down clearly, really nice washes, and then just not much momentum continuation. Just does a double bottom, continues up, and breaks the highs, but no continuation at all, and then comes back under, and then continues down, just chopping in and out of that high of day. So that's not gonna change in my opinion, especially right at the open, the first half an hour or so. So that's why I'm gonna be extra careful on anything related to spine, like AMD, Apple's, Teslas, big names, most of these actually. So let's have a look at the AMD. Yesterday I was mentioning AMD, although it is in response to SPY, it's got a momentum down, but it's much stronger than SPY. So that's called relative strength. So if SPY is going down, AMD goes down a little bit, but if SPY starts to bounce, AMD bounces much stronger. So relative strength is there. So if you are going to take long, looking at SPY, then we might want to look at AMD as well. One of the main ones we should keep an eye on, because it's already gapping up. Yesterday it gapped up, I believe, or maybe it had some strength. As you can see, this was the price action on AMD. So SPY couldn't break the highs, but AMD kept on chucking along, just kept on breaking highs and highs and highs. Although it came back and just gave back everything, but the strength was there. So initially I felt like there was quite a bit of relative strength there. Later on it faded off, but today as well is gapping up with SPY. Well, let's see what happens. Again, depending on the SPY, what it does. This is very close to 98.20 level, yesterday's highs, I believe. Yeah, this area will be an area to keep an eye on AMD. The reason why I keep my levels like a zone is you have to consider that as a zone. It's not a single line that's going to stop it. It's a level that stops it. So a level could be between 98s to all the way to 98, 30s, 30 cents, 40, 50 cents level even. So that's why. So we keep an eye on that level. If it starts to bounce towards that level and it starts to reject from it, once SPY shows weakness, then we could even look for shorts as well. So I'm not very strongly biased, to be honest. So we'll see. I'm 50-50 on these, depending on the SPY. Now, Oxy, I wanted to show you this. I'm going to remove this from the list, but I wanted to show you from yesterday's perspective. Now, I did mention Oxy, guys. It seems like it is an ideal candidate for a second day continuation. Beautiful multi-day breakout setup. And to the tick, it starts to trade up. As you can see, really like nice trending up. Very stable trend up. It's not like very aggressive move up. It goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back. So profit taking comes in, more people coming in, buying it, and then profit taking comes in and just carries on. So this is what you call a nice little stable move up. You could have easily waited for the pullback to the VWAP and then the bounce off of the VWAP. That could have been an entry, or the break of the high of day after the opening range. Anyway, so it did provide some decent moves yesterday. Very hassle-free trade, I think, in my opinion. But today, I think it's too late. It's already done 2 days, so it's going to be a bit choppy. There might be another third-day continuation. Usually third-day continuation does not bring that many reward that we expect. So Oxy goes. Sorry, what did I delete just now? Shoot, I think I deleted something else. Oxy was here. Anyways, so let's have a look at PLTR. Okay, PLTR is gapping up, obviously because SPY is gapping up, but this is a relatively weak stock, so there might be some opportunities to the downside, volume going down, so I'm a bit short biased on these. PLTR, slightly short biased. Lucid as well, I believe is the same look, yeah, very similar look. This one is even better because it's done that first red day, and then we might expect a second red continuation coming into Lucid, similar to PTP, PLTR as well, as you can see. Prefer Lucid better than CLTR, by the way, the how daily looks, and also similar to those two is AFRM. Again, same thing, gaps up. But the problem with this is this gap happened because of the earnings, I think. So if this low holds, then this might not have continuation. In fact, it might go for a bounce towards 30s. So I'm going to be careful on that AFRM. Joel, I'll cover those kind of scenarios later on if you give me some time. Let me just cover the watch list, the analysis, what we're looking for on it. Vero yesterday, I did mention that I did try to catch. This was funny. If you were here in the stream, I got really like Vero got me yesterday. I mean, not when it comes to losing money, but when it comes to mentally. I was too early on it. I tried quite a few times on it, and also once I actually didn't try. I was mentioning, look, guys, we are looking for this thing. This is strong. Today we might see some squeeze coming in. Now I was talking about it in the pre-market. That's why my mentality on this one was, okay, I'm gonna let it play out, and if it starts to like show strength, then I'm gonna sort of start to take it. So I think I took quite a few trades, long and short, after this fail as well. But then once I started to realize this curl up, I did mention while it was happening here, guys, look, this is going to curl up, break the VWAP, and then this is going to start to squeeze properly if it holds, if that VWAP holds, right? Exactly, it did that, and I was watching it here. I couldn't enter. It just went away from me, and I hate chasing things. I had the chance to take it here, here, here. I didn't. I wanted to take it somewhere there, so it went. Same goes here. Now, this bar didn't happen. I was looking at it here, and I was still looking for 1360s. As soon as 1360s hit, it never came back to it. And it just 1365, 70s, 70, it just went. And I just couldn't chase it. So this would have been a good trade, but I was just at the wrong timing on that. Now, this has a lot of pressure from the top, as you can see. Look at these dailies. Look at these wicks on the top. A lot of pressure. Yes, that shows you there might be a lot of pressure, right? But if it's holding, guys, just remember, if it's holding with this much pressure, if it breaks somehow 1450s, 1460s, that is going to be huge, right? That break is going to be huge, and that run is going to be huge. So I'm not going to have a short bias on it. I'm going to be quite neutral on it. If it starts to show weakness, like at the moment, it looks like a short opportunity will be there. A little bit short bias. But if it starts to break the close, 1350s, let's see, for example, our zone on this one definitely would be this area here. This is the interest, zone of interest for us, as Joel mentioning earlier. Zone of interest, why? Because there's a confluence of levels there. Confluence levels. Your pivot point is there. Your 1350 level is there. Your close is there. So a lot of levels are getting in tightened up in one spot. That's why I create those zones. It's not just one level. Oh, 1350. No, there's multitude of levels there. That's why it's important for me. Now, I'm going to watch that. If it starts to break above that, there might be some opportunity for long. But again, we might get chopped around on it. So we might have to wait for that curling action again, like yesterday, right? This was a tricky one because it just got in a lot of breakout traders and then just rug pulled straight away. So there could be something like that happening. But the most important levels on the dailies are 1450s, guys. 1450s, I believe. Between 1440s to 1460s is where you want to be really paying attention to. Even 14s We have a good level there, not as strong as 1450s though. Again, once it starts to break these levels, it will start to squeeze. So 50-50, not very strongly biased to either side. That's why I'm keeping it, because there could be some play on it. Now, gappers. PPSI is gapping up, I believe, because of earnings. As you can see, it seems strong. Earnings seems to be positive. They are taking it positively, so it shows that at the moment it looks like it wants to continue to stay up. So gap. This will be the first day on earnings, so it could get a little bit choppy, but we can wait up then 10-15 minutes. If it does give us a nice opportunity, we can take some longs on it if it stays long, if it stays strong. Now, how would you decide whether it's actually not strong enough anymore or it hasn't held? Well, the best thing to watch is very simple, the VWAP, right? Or certain levels. For example, in this case would be the 4 and the 390, this zone here, because VWAP on its own is not much really sort of reliable, especially at the open. But if you can sort of work with other levels with VWAP, then it does tend to work better. So in this case, let's say, for example, if 4 or 390, even 380, this zone holds and it starts to trade above that, then we can say that yes, it wants to continue. Then we can look for longs on it. So a bit long biased on PPSI because of the catalyst behind it, which is earnings. The other gapper yesterday was NIO. NIO was very funny. Yesterday was gapping up and then it did some decent moves, but just response to the SPY basically. It did gap up last minute and then just gave up, filled the gap straight away, as you can see. Just literally just within the first 5 minutes, it actually filled the gap. So today, whether it's going to do that or not, the gap is, I think, bigger than yesterday's because of SPY. So this might have quite a correlation with SPY as well. So just keep an eye on that SPY. So again, with SPY in mind, we are 50-50 on it. We will see when it starts to break those levels, especially SPY when it starts to break those zones. Then we will consider these plays. Right, Sophie, low volume. Actually no, it's not low volume. Pre-market's low volume. The intraday is very choppy. That's why I don't like. Look at this. I mean, there's no continuation. Although yes, SPY was choppy, but it's even worse than SPY's or any others we have seen. So we will be careful. But because of the daily, I kept it. I really don't have to keep it because the gap is not much, to be honest, from 7s to 710. So I'm gonna remove Sophie, guys. We'll just update that, and that's pretty much it. Okay, on what is that? This is also a gap from a earnings catalyst. So we are gapping from 2050, which is here, all the way to 2350. So right there, right into a resistance level. 2350, actually 25, it went all the way to 25, so it actually broke that resistance, didn't care about that. So yeah, we don't have to worry that much about it because it broke it. But then again, it's pre-market, it should not be put too much weight on it. 25, where's 25? 25 doesn't have a stronger level. A stronger level would be close to 26s. We'll keep an eye on this. It's still holding, but it just doesn't have enough volume for me to be like, okay, really excited about it. If it brought more volume, then yes, we can look into either longing it or shorting it. The idea is basically you want to look at something that is going to give you some decent volume and decent range, right? When you have a decent range stock in your watch list, you do tend to catch some decent moves according to your risk. So your risk to reward is far better on these kind of names. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. I was a bit late on the watch list creation today. If you Silver here, James Silver, solid from the elite. Have you done your watch list? Can you share that, the tickers? because I believe you guys do watch list the same way I do. So by now you should be doing 80%, 70, 80% of what I have, how I do things. So anybody from the elite, can you respond if you are here? If you're not, then we'll stick with what we have. Okay, let's get into not today. Okay, no problem, no problem. That's fine. We have enough of a watch list, so we can stick to these. Some scanners will bring in some decent movers later on. We'll keep an eye on those as well. So that's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's keep an eye on SPY now. I'm gonna change the this main chart into 4 charts so we can keep an eye on main watches, certain things that starts to move. So how do I do that? Here. Should be like so. Awesome. Here we go. So Vero is already looking weak, as you can see. It's starting to sort of fade off. PLTR is just a bit, it's not interesting at the moment for me. So let's have a look what else is interesting so I can put it there. Oxys there, AFRM is not. Lucid, yeah, Lucid is. As I mentioned, Lucid was a better looking compared to PLTR. What else? And then we have our, usually I put the gappers on these earlier on, the first 10-15 minutes I put the gappers in case if there's something starts to run. So let's put, okay, what do we have as a gapper? Neo and on Neo, and then we have PPSI. Okay, I'll keep Lucid off here. I'll keep on just in case they start to run, because these two are the gappers now. Okay, ding ding ding. Let's go, guys. Oh yeah. What's SPY doing? These kind of wicks mess up the chart, doesn't it? So we'll have to make it so. Okay, that's better. All right, so PPSI is showing strength, bounced off of that 4, could still be early. Anything you take at the moment over 4, if you do take longs, that is going to be most likely scalping, because they do tend to sort of run and then just reject, chop around a little bit. So if you have taken that 4 bounce, then make sure to if it starts to run over 20s, you gotta be in scalping mentality. There goes our SPY, starts to go into our zone, and let's see what it does around that zone area, whether it bounces or not. AFRM, just when AFRM is bouncing strong, Lucid is bouncing strong. This is holding up. The longer it holds here, guys, it's the better it is for longs. So you want to make sure that 4 holds and it doesn't close below at least 390s. If it closes below 390s, maybe give it another try later on. But at the moment, it looks good for long, to be honest. Right now, I'm waiting for it to take out that 410. PPSI I'm watching for potential longs right now. I'm looking at 407. 407. Okay, I'm in. But it's going to be very quick, guys. Either exit or the partial is going to be very quick. So around 407s. Yeah, I believe, yeah, 407s. Around that area, guys. And the stop will be under, as I said, under the close of the 390. This could wick down, so I'm giving it room. This is my starter. Just remember, it's not, it's a scalping thing. So it could wick down, maybe even go to 380s. But what I'm not going to do is just rush it and then exit at the wash. I'm going to wait for it to close. So, but if it starts to take out the pre-market highs, that's another add area, a much better add area, even on the break of 412s. Interesting. Let's go, baby. Let's go, PPs. Come on, PPSI. Break that 411. See, it's having a hard time breaking that, so there's a lot of pressure coming in at that area. This area is quite strong, so we want that to get broken with some really good, decent volume. If not, that's gonna hold, guys. So we have to be very careful. If that starts to hold, we might get some rug pull coming in. So we have to be very careful. I'm gonna be very quick. I might not have the chance to talk about the exit or the partial. Just watching the tape. Yeah, that's done, I think. That's done. Just giving it a time to finish this candle. What is half a minute to go though? That's the problem with it. It's not closing anytime soon. Yeah. Giving it a chance. The fact that I have started it, I can give it a chance. I know I can give it until even at 380s, until 380s even, as I mentioned. But I don't want to like sort of leave it. If it's showing the weakness, then obviously I need to get out, right? Oh, SPY is looking beautiful for a possible short, so that means others are looking for a... Oh, okay, the SPY is doing that, then longs are not good. Alright, so I will be out on PPSI very soon. Just waiting for these candles to close. Still early to call on SPY. It's still in that zone, but it's trying to sort of show weakness though, SPY. And while SPY does that, then, you know, although we are actually on that area 405s and 406s zone, but it doesn't seem to be respecting it. So interesting. Okay, so I'm being a bit extra cautious, not cautious, but patient with the PPSI. I was expecting this kind of move down initially, so I'm okay with that as long as it's not closing under 380s. Now my limit is 380s, earlier 390s. Right now I should be exiting, but the way it's trading, I want to give it a little bit of a room. What's the gap on it? How much is the gap? 320s to 380s. Okay, gap. Strong enough gap. All right, so SPY is rejecting again. All right, guys, I don't like this, guys. I'm going to be exiting a PPSI very quickly. I think I got 385s. Exited 385s. Around that area. So now, here's the thing. Why didn't I exit on these? Because those usually gets to be wicks. Those are like stop runs. Those are your initial chop. Those are the ones that gets you right at the bottom and then bounces. I waited for this bounce. And the bounce usually comes in very quickly if it is a fake move down. It didn't. So this seems like, to me, this is a short. So if I say to myself, this is a short, then I should not be long. That's when that last call or the decision making becomes a bit easier. So right now, at the moment, it looks like a short, but it's holding that 380. Once that breaks, then it will confirm. So I might even start here for a possible gap fill. I'm just worried about that 380 level though, for a short. I'm gonna try it. Let's see, and our stop will be on the break of that VWAP, maybe even 390s. We'll see. Okay, let's see. Okay. I want to see a bounce coming into it, and I want to see how it reacts to a bounce. It's getting pressurized at 387s. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. All right, shorting opportunities. Shorting 380. What am I getting? 380. Let's see, 382s. It's a better price. Give me a better price. $384s, 83s, 83s. Okay, I'm okay with that. 83 is short. Okay, guys, 83 short. So I want to make sure that it doesn't close above that VWAP. If it does, then I'll be out. That's my stop, basically. Now, that could be earlier than that, or it could be slightly later. So just generally in this area here. So short PPSI, and we'll see. SPY is bouncing. See, this zone is creating a lot of chop, isn't it, in SPY, as you can see. On is also giving up. So on is going also for a gap fill, potential gap fill. What's our lucid? AFRM is, wow, AMD, look at this, guys. AMD is, as I mentioned, relatively strong. Look, initially, like beating SPY completely. It's disrespecting SPY, in fact. Look at that. Now, if something like this is bouncing, then, you know, what is others doing? That's going to also bring in SPY with it somehow if others are bouncing as well. So we can't ignore that. But SPY is really stubborn here. It says, I don't want to go above. Look at this level, 406. Yeah, 406. Goes up once, twice, three, four times almost. And it rejects from it. So that's a sign that there's a lot of pressure here. So as long as, you know, if you are taking anything short here, you want to base your stop on that 406 level. Maybe after it closes above 406, that's when you cannot get out. Interesting. This thing is just went down to 200 EMA. 380 is the one that I was mentioning, that level. Bounced off of it, so I'm going to be careful. Now, you know, if it starts to break that 380 though, there is a potential that it could have a nice decent move to the downside. That's why I'm taking this short. The potential risk to reward could be high there. But if it does start to again start to curl over, just like it's doing right now, it starts to curl over this 380 level, and that becomes our low, then I'll be very careful, because it's going to start to squeeze towards fours. Then there will be a long opportunity. Our initial idea will come in later on. So I don't mind taking long or shorts as long as there's opportunity there. On. On is relatively weak compared to PPSI. These two were gappers, earnings gappers. So on definitely is almost going into filling the gap. SPY is also, SPY might be deciding right now. So if that's the case, there might be a possible longs on Apple, AMDs, and what else? What else is relatively strong today? Wow, Neo was strong, but I think that's too late. Look out for longs maybe. As long as that 406 is now, this is a curl up and it starts to hold 406s, then we're looking for longs on these big names. AMD is too stretched out. AMD is too far to be taking anything. We might have to wait on that. On looks interesting for a short. On. 2169. There's a bit of a spread on it, and the volume is a little bit lacking. And also, it's already filled the gap almost. I'm gonna leave on. I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah, it's already filled the gap. So it looks nice for a short, but the reward might not be there. Interesting. Wow. Okay, so now this one is just staying here. This one doesn't look good, to be honest. Right now, I'm going to be exiting early. I'm going to exit early this one, guys. This looks dangerous. On the break of 392s, I'll be exiting on the break of 392s. The PPSI. That's it. I'm out. Actually, PPSI might give us a long opportunity. Might give us long opportunity. This price action is just coming back to attack the fours with some volume. The volume is coming in, as you can see. This area, the way it held, look at this area, the way it held. This did the same thing. So now, what we can do is we can say to ourselves, look, if it starts to take out either of these YB zones, TM, we should be basing our bias according to that. So this is the level, yeah. So those are the two levels we need to keep an eye on. Anything before that is an early. I don't mind taking early entries. See, for example, if it starts to take out the VWAP, and it starts to bring in some volume like it did right now, and the volume is consistent. This second candle here, which right now, the current candle, is consistent with the volume of the first move up, then I will consider taking early entries at the break of 4, for sure. That will be the starter. Again, starters are usually 20%, 25% off the overall position. So I'm not worried about the starters, right? Well, I should be, but you know what I mean. Like I can give it more room. For example, if I were to take four break, my stop cannot be very tight. It has to be under 380s. But let's see. This VWAP area might hold. If it does, then we'll wait up for the break of 380. Yes, sir. Oh, look at AMD though. This is why I didn't take AMD. Look at this AMD. If you were chasing it, that's why I hate chasing things. Look at that. You know, people are like breakout traders. Over 100 break. Oh my goodness, 100 just broke. Damn, that's a big number. It's gotta go to the moon, right? Not really. Especially when the SPY was very hesitant. Look at that. That's why I'm putting these charts so you guys can, you know, pay attention to how we look at the SPY while looking at bigger names. On would have been a nice trade, by the way, but the difficult part about on was the risk to reward. That stopped me, but it looked really nice though, the intraday price action. Beautiful according to my setups. Okay, so the VWAP rejected on this. Okay. Bounce on AMD. It's just in the middle of so the bounce. When it does come in, it might come in with some price action. If it starts to show us a bounce, proper bounce, then we could look into it. Yes, but right now I feel like SPY looks heavy, and that could change. That could change very quickly. But as it stands, SPY looks heavy. If SPY is looking heavy, I'm very careful taking longs on these names. Your big names, basically. If anything, I might be looking into shorting certain things. This is just choppy. I just feel like, you know, this is just in between this zone. It's going to chop around. But then again, this also looks like this might be the move down from this move. So that's your first move, and then this is the main second move. So we might have been over here. We might have been wicked out of this trade. Let's see what it does around this zone here. Let me just take it away so that we see the price action. So this 380 level is crucial on this one. So bounce is coming on SPY at 405. And we are seeing a bounce coming in on AMD as well, over 99s. Let's see if it starts to actually have some momentum behind it. I feel like this thing. Let's just wait up for it. Wow, Vero. We didn't pay attention to Vero, but Vero just kept going. Like it's just breaking the 14s, and it's just yeah, it's squeezing. Remember, that's what I was mentioning, guys. Vero could that play. Where was it? Look, let me just put my main chart here, and then let me put Vero. All right. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this zone that I created. We're talking about here somewhere pre-market, right? This is the zone. If you extend it here, look at that, right? These zones are not, it's not there for no reason. Like it literally goes to the zone, rejects from it quite a few times. Like literally about 1, 2, 3, about 10 minutes of play there. But it never goes away from that zone. That's your sign that this wants to stay strong. The more it attacks a level, and yes, rejection from that level is quite normal, but as long as it's staying close to that level and it's starting to attack more and more, look at the volume coming in. Look at the volume coming in once it starts breaking. That's just your final nail on the coffin, or whatever you want to call it. Right? So, and also this move, this breakout. Look at the volume. So the squeeze, as I mentioned, the squeeze that we're looking for might be coming, but not just yet. Remember, the level that we were watching was 1450. After that break, then we might see some decent squeeze. This is, this is like early signs of strength. So we'll see. Dude, I think we might have been shanked out of the PPSI. Look at this. This reversal price action just got me. So usually what I would do is I would wait for the VWAP break. Yes, that's my original. That was in fact my original stop anyways over the break of 4. But certain price action I like to exit early because I've seen it over and over that it actually does a reversal and then takes out the VWAP and then continues to hit the high of day. So in this case it didn't, but most of the time my early exits pay off really well. In this case I've lost really, I mean half what I would have lost, to be honest. AMD 9950 rejection. I'm waiting for SPY to do something. Miss you, SPY. Are you gonna do something? Okay. Yeah, we might have missed on this. The opportunity this short side to gap fill is really massive on this. I mean, it might not gap fill, but opportunity is there. Lucid, by the way. Lucid looking interesting, guys. Maybe for a possible short right now. Rejection of the 18s. Bit of a chase though, that's the problem. Bit of a chase. Come on, Lucid. Shoot. Dude, I was even looking at the... Okay, I'm getting a better price on Lucid. 1789s. Right? 1790s. 1789s, I'm okay with that. Okay. Lucid short 1789s. Lucid short 1789s. Right there. Again, on the break of 18 and close above 18. So it could be 1805s, 1807s, 18s, 1810s. This area will be my exit. Short, Lucid, 1789. Yes, sir. Okay, and Vero looks like an overextended short as well to me. Vero. No, not this one. I was looking at something else. Now, this one is a bit deadly to short right here. You might want to wait for a backside move. The pressure is definitely coming in, yes, but it's just too deadly to be shorting right there. We'll wait for the backside. Now, if it starts to take that for 1440s, 1450s, watch out. We will. I think we might see it. We might see it today. Some good price action on Vero today. So let's hope it brings some entertainment to us. Okay, let's go to our 4 charts and keep an eye on our Lucid. Lucid is about to take that 18 again. Wow, getting chopped around a lot these days, man. What the hell? 1803s, okay. Lucid. 1802s. Yeah, SPY is bouncing as well. And yeah, the SPY is back into that 405 zone, 405, 406 zone. So really choppy. Really choppy. This is here is a good example. Okay, this is perfect. And if it does play out, I'll explain why I say this is a perfect example of why I keep my stop on the close of over certain level. Now, it might not work out. This might not work out. It might work out. That's irrelevant. What is relevant for this topic is the trade management side, the stop management. So, a lot of people, I used to be able to not have a mental stop at all, right? Because I was using things, I was using mental stop in the wrong way. That would get me very badly in trouble, right? But I've found a way to use mental stop as well as using hard stop. This is a perfect example, right? Bear with me, guys, because it's a little bit quiet at the moment as well. Other things, I don't see any other opportunities apart from Vero, which might be going for a run. And also, I think let's have a look at PPSI. AMD is about to under 99. Looks really shoot. Okay, let's have a look at PPSI. Yeah, that was decent. This is our one air, not very clean, but this is a really nice 1M200 strategy. If you haven't seen it, the video is on YouTube, by the way. It's very clear. Overextension from 200, comes back under, tests it, bounces off it beautifully to the tick, comes under it, and then goes to the 200 EMA and does what? Rejects from it. So right now, as it stands, there's a short on it with the stop 382s. Yes, sir. I might actually take that. Guys, I'm taking PPSI. One more time. One more time. Okay, duplicate that. Let's see what entry. What's the entry? Just waiting for 372. Looking into shorting PPSI with that 1M200 strategy. So, waiting for this candle. 55s. Okay, this candle is a bit of a uncertain candle. Okay, 375s. I'm okay with that. 375s. Where is it? 375, I believe. Here. I can give it some room after it closes above 380. Let's say 384s. I'll exit this very quickly. It's a very quick trade, like a scalp, basically. Your risk is very tight, but your reward could be quite big. So we'll see what it does around the break of the EMA. This EMA here, if it does break above it, then we will exit this. But we'll see. Looking good for Lucid, by the way. Lucid is looking good. However, SPY is bouncing, which might not be good for this. SPY is choppy. Look at Vero. That looks to me like a short. I know this is dangerous, but that I want to take that. Oh, as soon as I say that, there it goes. You see? Okay, just when I mention it, boom, it starts to wash, and that might be the start of a much more room to the downside move. This is back again with this bounce. Just gonna wait up on it. All right, 388. This one might be the trade management on this one is a little bit off. Trade management on this one is a little bit off because with that 1M200 strategy, if it's very clear, it has to be on the break of the recent swing high, you should exit. But I'm keeping this because it's too choppy and it's been wicking us out a lot. So I don't want to get wicked out again. Probably that's why. But I should have been out here. So interesting. SPY is bouncing, which is not good. I'm going to be exiting this, guys. I'm just waiting for it to see what it does around that 390 level, around VWAP. Lucid is looking good, giving us a nice decent move down. All right, I'm out. I'm out of PPSI, guys. Again, it just wicked me out. Doesn't matter what it does. I just don't like what it does. I should have been exiting here 383. Now, the only 10 cents. Yeah, I wasn't risking a lot, but for a $3.70 or $3.80 stock, 10 cents is huge. But yeah, it's fine. I think we just it was worth giving it a shot here because it was under all the levels that we were watching. It just completely reversed on us. Partly because of the SPY, because at that point SPY was also bouncing. SPY is very choppy. It's kind of hard to catch anything when SPY is like this. If you look at SPY's daily today, as it stands, what the hell is that? Dude, we gotta get rid of that. Okay. Right, so let's have a look at... Oh, I can't show it on this one. Dude, Lucid is bouncing very strongly as well. May has been tough, guys. May. Past the beginning of the year was good. End of the 2021 was very, very good for me. But this, like, as the summer is starting, it's just, yeah, I'm getting chopped around a lot. And I mean, I'm not losing like more than 3R on any single day. I haven't actually. Yesterday I could have. I was like about over 2R loser, I think. 2.5, something like that. Very close to 3Rs. But it's like, you know, there's not much. The environment is like really, really difficult these days to catch anything. Vero. Guys, I am looking at Vero. I know it looks strong, but it's definitely worth giving it a shot for a short. 13.98. 10 cents stop. 10-15 cents stop on this. 13.98. Let's see if it does. 13.98. Just waiting for it. It's still early. Not the backside. It's not the backside. It's still early. Okay, this might be actually a bounce. All right. There's a bounce coming. Okay. It was worth the wait. All right. There we go. Okay. This thing is attempting to break the high. So it's definitely strong, guys. Maybe a long here. Let me look into it. 14.28. Come on. Give me a better price. $25s, guys. I got 25. Oh wow, okay, awesome. This is the squeeze I was talking about. 25s. I got 25s. I got 25, baby. It's still early. The fun is going to start when it starts to break that 1460. If it breaks it, that's the thing. If it breaks it. So this level here is crucial for us to break. Boom, that needs to break. Oh, Lucid, baby. Let's go. Okay, now we're cooking. All right. Let's go, baby. Lucid, let's do this. Come on, come on. 1750s. Those are the areas I'm going to be taking some out. 1760s, 1755s, around that area. Take some out. Right now, I could even put my stop on a break even. Okay, let me just quickly cover why I talked about mental stop versus hard stop. That topic is it's a big topic, but in this case, it worked out beautifully, and most of the time, this is the case with me. Now, bear with me. So when I entered the Lucid, it was around, let's say this pink candle is the short entry always. Pink candle short entries. Blue is the longs, or what is it? White, cyan. What is it? Whatever you want to call it, cyan. Let's say. So shorted 1789s. My stop, yes, was above 18s. Now I did mention at that time as well. My stop is above 18s, but it could be 1805s, 1810s, 1807s. I'm going to make sure a bar closes above 18s, and usually that bar's high gets taken out. So in this case, this is a perfect example. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. This bar barely closed. That I don't consider. But if something closed above the VWAP and the 18s that we were watching strongly here, then that would be my until then, I have a mental stop. I haven't put my stop at all, right? But once that high gets created over my level, that is where my hard stop will be. In this case, once this rejected from 18s, that is now my hard stop. So that's how I cheated the whole thing of not sticking to mental stop all the time. Because if you do stick to the mental stop, let's say you don't have mental stop at all, this reverses on you, you don't have time to respond to that, right? Wow, okay, PPSI guys, this is what I was afraid of. Look at this exit. Okay, this is strong, it's curled up. Oh my goodness, I missed that. So I really wanted to cover that because this is a beautiful example of that that mental versus hard stop. Look at this, guys. Beautiful head and shoulder. I mean, not the greatest because the first move is not strong, but look at this. Damn. And also Vero is coming down again. Come on, Vero. Vero is getting played around a lot. The thing with these kind of stocks is it does gets played a lot. Gets played a lot. So there's a lot of games being played. See that level held? I wasn't paying attention to it that much. I might have missed the main one to short long. I might have missed the main one. I'm going to exit the Vero anytime soon if it starts to take out 1380 again. If it starts to take this low out, I'm out. Maybe try it later. Look at these zones, guys. Don't ignore these zones. Look at this. I didn't create it just now. It was before, right? Look at the rejection from it, and look at this zone of rejection. So pay attention to those. All right, guys. I'm gonna take some out on the Lucid side. And I'll be exiting Vero very, very soon. Seems like Lucid wants to break the lows though. I'm out. I'm out of Vero. Out of Vero. 1752s is what I got. 1752s on Lucid. On this candle here. So that is our partial, first partial. At least something gave us partial, right? Wow, what a rug pull on this one. PPSI, what a rug pull. See, that's the thing with this. These things have a lot of games being played today. Damn, that is crazy. Look at that. I mean, I really thought this was going to break that 411s and then just continue that to squeeze. Didn't. So, yeah, a lot of games being played. Same with the Vero. By the way, I'm out of this Vero thing. Right there at the lows. Okay, the only winner at the moment is Lucid. And then Neo is gone down. So what is Tesla doing, by the way? Tesla. Okay, Tesla is low. Alright, showing weakness. So that's gonna help Lucid and Neo. Let's have a look at Neo. Neo looks clean. Interesting. So hope that makes sense, guys, for the hard stop. For a hard stop versus mental stop, how you combine them two. So in short, basically, you want to put first, initially, you want to be putting the mental stop, and then just let it work out. And then once the highs get created or the swings get created, then you put your hard stop. All right. And every single trade of mine, you might see that if you pay attention to it on every single trade. Like, for example, on this one, not on the long side, on the short side, look at this. Let's just zoom in on this. That's short. The stop was not there at that point where I took it until it started to do this. This came in, and then it started to take out this swing high. So I know it's a little bit of an early thing, not much of a swing high, but it's still there. What you want to ask yourself or say to yourself is, if you had taken this short, what do you expect from it? Well, for me, it needs to break the lows, 380s, and it needs to stay below it. It didn't, so that's why I had to exit early, right? So sometimes my hard stop could be brought down and exit early because of the price action, right? What else did we trade? This looks so good for a short. Neo. I'm looking for a Neo short, guys. Neo short. Possible Neo short. 1580s. Just wait for the rejection. It already gave us rejection. It's bouncing. That's good. Let it bounce. Alright, good. 1580s. 1579s. I'll take that. 1579s. Alright, Neo short 1579s. Again, VWAP is our area where we're watching for a possible stop out. If you might have noticed as well, as soon as I'm talking about a trade, it's always the stop that gets discussed first. Because if you don't know your stop, you're just going in without a plan on it. So going in without a plan, not a good thing. So on this one, if it starts to break, this might be a good example. If we do lose on this one, it might be actually a learning thing. Right now, I don't have a stop on it. So my stop is will be on the break, successful break of this VWAP 1590s. Even 16s could be an area, but I would rather stick to 1590s. Let's see what it does. SPY is bouncing though. Oh, that might have been just a little thingy mishap. SPY is not created, hasn't created a direction, so we can't rely too much on the SPY as well. On NEO. All right, just holding on. Waiting for the SPY coming up to that VWAP area, so that might be a rejection coming in from there. And if it does, then that might be a wick on NEO. Okay, this is a really good example. Not just yet. It's too quick. I don't want this to take the high out yet. 16 is getting attacked. Come on, NEO, give us a red bar and then we can put... Okay, so now if NEO gives us a red candle here, a decent red candle relative to the previous ones, like at least 50% or 60% of that candle, a red candle, then comes the hard stop over that swing high. Not before that. It's kind of difficult. After that, it's like more of a intuitive exit kind of thing. If it starts to play out over 16s, then I'll exit. But that would be the hard stop. Even now, you could put the hard stop here, 1603s, something like that. But I think that's a little bit tight. There might be a few wicks here. There might be a few wicks over and under 16s, and then it does its thing, either to the upside or down. We'll see. 1603s. So it's definitely holding over 16. The more it holds, I'm gonna think of exiting it. I need it to reject from... No, it's not rejecting, so I'm gonna exit, guys. Just waiting on the SPY as well. Just don't want to be wicked out of it. SPY is rejecting from VWAP. Just watching. It's okay, 1602s. It's not coming down under 16, so that's not good. Okay, I'm out. 16, I believe I got 1603s, something like that. 03s. You see the difference now? You see the difference? Okay. So, the idea was on the close of the on the close of the VWAP was the stop. So it could have been 1590 to 16s. In this case, this is almost like a worst case scenario kind of thing. Oh, this rejects now, just when I exited. Dude. It might be one of those days, guys. I'll come back to that. What was it? Oxy. Yeah, Oxy curled up. Let's have a look at that. Interesting. Yeah, Oxy is strong, to be honest. It's just gap fills it and then creates a nice little reversal pattern. A bit too late now. Entry was earlier, so for me it's too late. It's a chase for me. We were talking about NEO. So sometimes, yes, you will get more than you might have wanted to give in. Like, for example, in this case, I was like, okay, 1590 to 16. So on average, let's say 1595, I wanted to give, lose on it. But we got out 1603, so some, like at least about 7-8 cents I lost on it, right? I lost more on it. Now, we will have that once in a 10 trade or something like that. But you will have also this, which means, by the way, guys, this 16 rejection, I want to re-enter on this one. I want to re-enter. But then again, just looking at that. Anyways, leave it alone. So Lucid, if I were to be sticking to it traditionally with a hard stop over 18s, I would have been out here, right? So now this trade has given me, look at the winner against the loser, right? Look at the winner partial against the loser. So I want to make sure that I give my winners a fighting chance. And that's why I stick to these mental and then hard stop thing. There it goes, Neo, great exit. Now it looks like a great exit. Beautiful. Not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna take some more out on this Lucid. The bounce is coming in. Where's our SPY? SPY, however, is... I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I could put my hard stop just on break even, but that's still early. Now, I'm still keeping my stop here over the 18s, but if it closes over 1790s, which is the VWAP, I will come out of it early. So I'm just basically trailing the stop just over VWAP. Let's see if this starts to give us more. Very choppy. Be careful, guys. Look at this thing. Can you trade this? No. It's still in that zone of ours. Look what we created in the pre-market. Look at this zone. And this zone has been in play for the last 4 or 5 days. It's in that zone and just going back and forth between that, the highs and lows of it. Look, 405s and 405s and 406s, highs and lows. So if you want to trade now, the deciding factor would be on wait for SPY to take these out. At least this flag or pennant out either way, and then make up a decision. Right? Anything before that. Now this one falls, this trend line even falls within our zone, so we are still sticking to our zone, right? See how everything is in line with this SR level. Once they start to take out that and close above it, then it might create some direction. Not before that. I don't think it's gonna happen before that. Vero for a short. Vero for a short. Vero for a short. Just looking at Vero for a possible short, because we did have that strong rejection from our zone, very strong rejection, and this might be the continuation to the downside. So 1358, 59. Just watch out for that 200 EMAs holding. Plus we have yesterday's close as well. So yesterday's close, that will be going from green to red if it does go under it. So that's also a good thing if it does go. Yeah, you can't trade that shit, man. That's what I'm telling you. You can't trade anything like that's related to... Look at this shit. Like, look at SPY. within the, I mean, how long has it been? It's been 1 hour now. 406.20 to, let's say, on average of 404, not even $1 as far as I know. Or no, actually $2 almost. $1.5 range. Dude, you can't trade that. So I think sometimes in these cases it's better to sit on your hands, just wait it out. AMD is breaking. Still AMD is relatively strong compared to SPY. SPY is at the lows and AMD is at the highs. So I was mentioning, if you are going to take, if you were to be forced to take longs, then you take AMD for sure. For sure. Right, 1363s, 1363s Vero, 1363s Vero short, and one more try on Vero, the opposite side. See what it does. Not red. Red is not visible. Maybe pink. Come on, man. This one. Okay. So a short Vero. One more try on Vero. See what. Again, on the break of VWAP, I will be exiting this. Yes, sir. Vero, come on. This is the time that you're gonna go and break the lows and go for a proper, decent move down. SPY has broken that trend line, but has it broken with volume? Not much. So wait for it to maybe do a proper move. Oh, Lucid. Okay, things are looking interesting to me now. Finally. Okay, Lucid, come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, Vero. Here we go. Come on, don't bounce back. If you close under 1350s, I'll be happy with you. We have no quarrel. We have no quarrel whatsoever. Get ready on Vero to take some out very quickly because it's going to be sharp. If it's going to run, it's going to be dropping very quickly though. So hopefully it's going to take out that 1350 40s and stay under it. And it's going to be boom, 1320s, 1330s hopefully. Let's see. All right, I'm ready. Bring it. Bring it, baby. Bring it. Lego. AFRM. Thingy. AFRM is not bad. Solid. Have a look at that. It is at the low side. More might be late on it. Solid. We might be late on it. It's PLTR I was looking at for a possible short. Vero. Come on, buddy. So right now, guys, I'm in Vero short from 1363s. And I'm waiting for it to go to hit 13s, wash towards 13s. Beautiful. And then even before 13s, I'll take some out. But I would like to see quite a big wash coming into this. What is this? 5 points. Remove. Oxy is bouncing now. Oxy now looks interesting. Solid. If you are still here, Oxy looks interesting now. Right? You have to wait. Time it out, buddy. Maybe not. Just a chop. Seems I thought this was the volume. It didn't bring the volume. That might be just a chop. Seems like a chop. I'll take my word back. If that green bar stayed and it brought in more buyers and 69 broke, then that would have been a really ideal area for longs because you had a nice little swing to base your stop on. You've had a really good area to put your risk on. Okay. Do you see anything? No, I don't. Dude. Easy. Whew. It's boiling in here. Let's go, Lucid. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir, Lucid. Interesting. Oxy. All right, let's go, Lucid. Come on, baby. Hit my 17, 30, 35s, 37s. Stop goes over the swing now. We have a successful swing high. We can base our stop, even hard stop right now here. Which means if it does take us out, even then we will have a winner on it. Already taken one partial out, looking for the second one. Once I take my second partial, that usually is a very good trade. So looking forward to that. I could take it anytime, but it's too close to my first partial. Now with my first partial, I was very, very patient, as you can see. Look at the restore, at least 2-1. So this one, I can take it. I'm just gonna wait up because SPY is looking decent as well for a drop. Yes, sir. Bit tired today. Come on, Vero. You're just chopping around too much. This thing is back to, again, over the... Just don't like it. I might exit it on break even on Vero. I'm gonna try to be patient with it, but it just hasn't done what I expected it to, which is just to continue. So I'm gonna give it a few more bars, a few more candles chance. If it doesn't do it, I might exit it on break even or maybe even a small loser for the second trade on Vero. All right, so Spy is taken that 405. Now Spy seems like it wants to create a direction or make up his mind. Look at this move, and then this move. So yeah, we might be looking in a Spy a bit of a momentum coming into the downside. So if that's the case, then we should be prepared. What is weak? What is relatively weak today? Seems like PLTR is already beaten down. What is relative weakness? Neo has shown strength, but Neo is interesting. Neo is very interesting. Nope. No, it's just I just don't have anything there. I'm still in Lucid, waiting for my second partial, which is very very close to it. All the way from under 18s all the way to 1740s, 30s, which is a great move for a Lucid. Second partial coming in very soon, and also I'm in Vero short 1363s, I believe, 61s. Something like that, and then a stop is over the break of VWAP. I'm still waiting on it. Be patient, so that it takes away that it takes out that 1340s. Now Lucid. Getting ready to take the second partial on Lucid. Finally, let's go, baby. Let's go. Lucid has quite a bit of potential to go down even more. Quite a bit of potential. While Spies are dropping a little bit. So looking good. Lucid definitely looking good. I'm a bit greedy on the second partial as well. I would have taken it long ago, 1750s, but hey, sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. 1936. I'll be taking the second partial anytime. I'm just waiting on just being a bit more patient so that I can actually get a bit of a wash towards 1730s, maybe 1725s. Just being extra patient with it, because it's a free, hassle-free, headache-free runner at the moment. A free trade basically. So I want to give it some chance. Come on, Vero, do something. Like, just grind down, buddy. Take out the 1340s. Guys, does anyone know how to get those? You see where my cursor is? How to get the highlighter on the cursor, like it highlights the mouse where it goes. I've seen it in some videos, which can be really helpful for the stream. Sometimes when I'm talking about something, you might not know where my mouse is. Sometimes it might be on the other screen that I'm talking about, and I don't even know that it's you guys are watching the other screen. You see what I mean? So if you do have any software or any tips and tricks on that, share it. AFRM. This is what I was looking at. AFRM I was mentioning to Solid, because he knows what I'm talking about. AFRM, where was I mentioning it? Here somewhere, I think. Yeah, it looked good at that time, but now it's too late. It's too late. AFRM, baby. Let me try something. Okay. Dude, this thing is just playing around. AFRM is just not Like it might do something later, but I'm gonna get out break even. Vero, I'm talking about Vero. Working on it. Working on it. With SPY going like this, it's kind of hard for me to exit that early though. But Vero is completely different to SPY, so it might not have anything here. I'm out. I'm out of Vero, guys. Very, very close to break even. Very, very small loser. Barely anything. Just right there. Right? Nothing, basically. Break even, basically, on that. It just chopped me around. That's it. 2 trades, 2 losers. One normal, the other one is break even. On Vero. I cannot trade that. Vero, if it does take out the 14 again, I don't mind taking a long again like that in anticipation for a possible break of that 1450 that we were discussing. But it has to bring in some decent volume and stick to that volume. Alright guys, looking good for Lucid. A possible opportunity for a break of the low and then maybe a wash and a partial comes in. When partial comes in on Lucid, it's going to look good. Second partial really, really good from 1780s to 1730s. Beautiful. No, 1790s almost. Yeah, 1790s all the way to 1730s. That's a good percentage move. Very good percentage move. As you can see, it's almost like 70% of the main move today. I would say. Maybe less than that, but looks good. All right. Right, guys. So partial getting taken out on the loses. I'm gonna take some partial. There goes SPY. There goes our SPY. Okay, here we go. 1730s, 1732s, right here. 1732s. Wow, look at SPY. SPY is dropping. You see, this was the decider. Look, check out the zone. 406s and 405s. This zone played around quite a bit. Within that zone, played around. But once it broke, this is where I was mentioning. Look, trend line broke, and this might be the real move going down. This might have made up its mind. There it goes, and there goes our Lucid as well. Much better area for us to take. Now, the way SPY is doing, this might give us better area to take partial. So I'm still being a bit greedy on it. I might actually take it now. 17, hold on, it's still weak. 1728s, 1727s. Good. This is the wash I was looking for. Maybe even more. 1730s, 31s, 30s. 1730s. Let's go, baby. Come on. Come on now. 1730s. Heavy selling pressure coming in as well. I cannot believe I'm so patient with it. Anyway, 1731, I'm okay with it. 1731, I can't be this patient. Come on. 1731, right there. I took the second partial, which means I would say about 60 to 70% of the whole position is out. Very beautiful, good trade, lovely trade. Big risk to reward. So I'm happy with that. Looks good. That's the one of the more successful trades today. The rest was just chop, as you can see. Actually, I might go cover the trades that I took today. Okay, let me do that actually. Nah, don't worry, man. It's all right. It's all right. So there might be other people who will come up. I'll ask in the Discord maybe. I've seen in those videos that they show these yellow highlighters on over the mouse, so it's kind of easy to track the mouse. So I was wondering if there is something like that people know. Really nice. Yeah. Remember the SPY we were talking, I think you were here when we were like talking about this trend line breaking, and this trend line is in line with that whole support SR level as well. Breaks it. Look at this break. This break is nice and successful with volume and then carries on, right? That was the main move. That's when it decided to take up a direction. Before that, it was just chop, 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 right? So in these kind of scenarios, you just might want to wait up until it takes certain areas, certain zones, and then make up your mind. It's better to do that than to try and sort of find the early move, which we tried to do today, to be honest. For example, let me cover the what is it? The trade reviews. Let me cover because it's gonna be. I'm not gonna be taking any more trades. The only one I'm in is Lucid. Just trailing it down. Very successful trade. The rest I'll cover it in a minute. Actually, while we're on Lucid, let's cover that. Let's take you to the Lucid chart. Here we go, mate. Here we go, mate. All right, mate. Okay, so Lucid basically, I was from the get-go on Lucid from the beginning. I was short biased on it. It didn't give me any opportunity, but then this one did. So I'm not gonna go into too much on the strategy, the setup itself, but I'm gonna cover where I entered. 1790 was the short on the rejection of the VWAP first, but there's more to it, obviously, not just the rejection. But anyways, the stop was over the break of the 18, so it could have been 1805s, 1806, 1810s, but it never broke and closed above it. So once this bar, after this bar rejection came in, I put my hard stop over 1806 and then just trailed it. It was a very, very solid, no pun intended, it was solid trend down, very stable and solid trend down. As you can see, respecting the 20 EMA respects and then carries on. So that's why I kept, usually what I would have done is I would have taken something here. It's still 1-to-1, just over 1-to-1 maybe. But I kept it because it was looking really good and it just kept showing weakness. So my first partial, I'm really, really happy with that. That is in itself is more than 2R, the partial. And then the second partial is definitely, I don't know, man, like 1730s to 1790s, 60 cents. So I would have gotten out there maybe 1810s or so. Yeah. So 3R, 3.5R, this one, the second one. So on average, up on it. If it closes with the way it's going to close, maybe close to 2.5R on it. Maybe even 3R. This could give me more, which means if it hits that 17 or even better under 17s, this could easily give me more Rs. But at the moment, as it stands, plus 2.5R, I think, if I get taken out on my trading stop. So plus 2.5R, not too bad. The rest is just chop, man. This is the only good trade we had. So I thought I'd start with a positive note. The rest, you don't want to look at, guys. Shall I just not cover it? Maybe I shouldn't cover it. Here we go, guys. All right, so first of all, our no, I'm going to talk about the worst one. It looks worse, but P&L wise, it's not, because it was well controlled. Where are you, PPSI? Okay. So PPSI was a gapper today, okay? Gapper was not just a gapper, it was a gapping because of earnings play, okay? Well, our earnings report. So gapped up and it's gap held. So initially I thought, okay, gap's held, is continuing to show strength and it's about to attack that level that we created in the pre-market. And I anticipated that break. That was an anticipation of the break. And I told in the stream as well, this is a scalper opportunity. So if it starts to reject or if it starts to do something good, make sure you are quick on your profits and the exit. So I didn't listen to myself basically. But with me, I'm always looking, I'm not scalping. I'm looking bigger picture. Now, yes, it did complete opposite of it. But the idea was, this was the starter. On my longs, I'm always starting with starters because just I don't know how. That's most likely 90% of the time I'm starting with a starter, like 25-30%. I know it's early. That's why I have this zone here, because for me to really confirm everything that it wants to go and go higher, it needs to break this zone. So I'm telling myself, sometimes what it does is it will break the zone and never comes back. So opportunity for you to at least get in some. So early entry, for sure. That's why I was able to have this much of a stop. Usually my stops are very tight under the VWAP, under the swing lows, things like that. But even swing lows would have been here somewhere. So yeah, unfortunately it didn't take out the highs, but I couldn't get out here, not because I was like hoping it will bounce. It just was too early. The chop was there still. It was within the first 10-15 minutes of the time of the open. Usually you will get these kind of chop around and then continues to make its way. I didn't want to be one of those who gets out on that wick and then just does what I expected to do. So I give it enough room basically. Even this is not a 1-hour loser for sure. Because that's about 30% of the, and then the break of the 415s, 420s was more adds to it. That was the plan basically, which never came. So that's less than 1 hour. This one also very started out here, and then I was planning to add. I was watching 380 level. I was mentioning as well. When it breaks 380, that's when we will try to sort of add to it. So similar case scenario, and my original exit on this one was here. So as you can see, not even like half an hour. So I would say maybe less than 0.5 hour on this one. About this one, let's call it 1 hour, maybe less than 1 hour, 1.5 hour. Two loser, 1.5 hour, and then the second one came in also. I would say above 0.5 hour, something like that. Again, keeping an eye on that 4 level, and then also 390 level for an exit. Basically, if I were to stick to my original stop on this one, it would have been here, right there, which I exited early. That means I saved some. So I think about close to 2 hour on this. It looks 3 trades. Now, 3 trades in most of my trades, I don't usually let it hit my 1 hour. I barely get, I'm always exiting early, apart from this one, obviously. So this could, I'll write 2 hour on it, but I think it's less than that. 2 hour. Yeah, this just chopped me around so much, like, yeah, as you can see. And at this point as well, I thought, okay, this might have a continuation. If it's, again, this one, I didn't trade it because I was like, okay, this zone has been respected quite a lot. There's a lot of sellers there. And they just piled in on it. And there was no enough buyers to take it further up. And that just completely failed off. And after that, I just left it because I saw the chop here. And I thought, it's just going to continue to do that because there were some games being played on this one. So, let's that's -2 sorry, plus. Why do I keep on writing plus? Maybe I want to write plus. I miss my pluses. -2 are on this one, and then we've got Vero. Vero is very, very small loser. This one again, it might look a big stop out. No, it's not. Here's the thing with this one. This one was I was discussing this, that 1450 level is a much better level for us to take any ads or anything, basically. So this was a bit very close to it and a bit too early. But then again, it was creating nice little pause here. And then once the volume kicked in, once the momentum kicked in, I longed it. Didn't give me enough time to actually take out anything. That was a scalping opportunity there to the level. I didn't. I stuck to my original plan, which is close under the VWAP, which basically worked out fine. I mean, worked out according to the plan, the stop out, right? I gave it enough time because I felt that if it does wash, it might be chopping around like these price actions, and then towards the VWAP and starts to climb back up over 14s. And once it does that, I'm gonna add. And then on the break of these levels, 1450s, I will add more. So there was more chances to add, but I didn't. Never gave me a chance. Exited on that 30% position. Done. So the second position I took was short. Shorting opportunity came in after this move when it held. So with these kind of moves, you want to quickly see a quick reclaim. You see this one goes down and then reclaims, right? That's the sign that it wants to continue, right? But when it goes down and never reclaims, that's a sign that maybe it wants to actually do a reversal instead of just continuation to the upside, right? So that was the short idea there, and there's more to it, obviously, again. And once it started to break this, I was like, okay, this is it. This is going to go to 13. And my, main partials would have been under 13 actually on this one. So I was kind of big-headed on the plan to take partials out. But if it had worked out, it would have been a great trade. Now, it didn't. It did complete opposite. It went inside the whole congested area, which I didn't want it to, and then that's why I actually exited early, pretty close to break even. Pretty close to break even. About for this stock, let's call it break even. Anyway, so that is almost 1 hour. with that break even, let's say -1 hour. That is -1 hour. Okay. So what are we looking at? I am a red for the day, 0.5 hour almost 0.5 hour, I think. Let's have a look on Neo. Sorry, I didn't cover that. With that, it might be. How come I'm green then? Why am I green? I should be 0.5 hour green. So this one gave me more. Lucid gave me more because I'm out. Yeah, that might give me more actually. So this one. Yeah, on this one you can call it I was early. Yes, you can call it early, but then again, it's hindsight thing. I stand by this trade. This was a good trade. I waited for the confirmation. Everything was there. Okay. I think this is one of those trades that it just didn't work out really. But my setup definitely is there. And if you want to know, hold on a second. Yeah, okay. So we got quite a lot of things going for it. Okay. Solid, you will understand this, right? Okay. First, and then second, right? There's a lot of things going for it. And then this whole area, the price action, at that point, was looking really good, especially under, right? So, I will take this. Any day of the week. Any day of the week. The only thing is on this one, the 16 was the ultimate stop. I was kind of hoping I might not have to take out that 1 hour loser on this one. I would have probably taken out somewhere here, but it just didn't give me a chance. So I had to wait for it to really sort of create a little sort of pullback and then take out, which I did. I'm happy with that. Which also means I gave up a little bit more on it. So I'm like 1.2 hour down on this. Let's see. How do I do this? Okay. So 1.2 minus 2. Oh, I know why I'm green. It looks green to me. Okay, I know what you mean. So Lucid, I'm still in, by the way, the remaining 40%. So if it does take me out on my trailing stop, then this is at the moment as it stands 2.5 hours. So if it does take me out here, then I will definitely go red on it. Go red for the day, probably even -1 hour or maybe just over 1 hour. But not more than that. But if it works out, then I might go into green again, right? If it hits 17s, I'm definitely going to be green for the day. But all this much hassle, all this much struggling, still I'm happy with the way I traded it because I managed to preserve and also control my risk properly. Could have been easily a bad situation where you lose a 3 hour, 4 hour, and then it's just you just forget that you are in a state of mind where you can't really sort of manage anything. So yeah, managed well done, risk managed really well. I'm just going to trail this now, give it a chance to actually hit that 17s, and if it does, then I'll be good to go. That is the what is it called, trade reviews for the day. If there is any questions, I'll stay here for about 5-10 minutes. If not, then I'll end the stream. What do you say, guys? What do you say? We haven't played our voices. What do you say? Come on, give me some ideas, guys. Yes, sir. Anybody awake? Everybody gone? Sleeping? Sleeping. Anyways, listen, guys, I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. EST. Be on time. And hopefully we're going to have some decent moves like Lucid did. And take it easy. Stay safe out there. Catch you tomorrow. No worries, buddy. No worries. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep an eye on Vero. If anybody's trading, Vero is one of those that could produce something. I'm just saying. Obviously, it's going to start to move, break that 14, and start to squeeze after I leave, right? But keep an eye on it. Right. Cheers, guys.